Sara Rathsack, Women in Power.
I'm Sara Rathsack. I'm the founder of Voxy Agent AI. Voxy Agent AI is intelligent voice. So it's basically everything that humans can do, but better. My current project is making my call agents the best that they can be. I want top tier, elite, the best developers. I want to be able to have unlimited automations, integrations, and work with your CRM. So really push the limits. My mission is to be at the forefront of innovation. Tech is a male-dominated field. It's 87% men and 13% women. So I want to break that mold and really cause some disruption. AI is the real deal, and it does so much for us. It's absolutely incredible. Sometimes it might even be a little creepy how much it knows, but it's wild and it's amazing. People say that artificial intelligence is the future. It's the now.
Sara Rathsack grew up in a strict environment while dealing with early, severe personal trauma. Her difficult childhood became the foundation for the strength she needed later in life.
I grew up in Los Gatos, California, in the Bay Area. Growing up there was a great place to live. There was a little more money there, so you got some like hoity-toity people. But all in all, it was a great place to live, close to San Francisco. I was happy. I was raised in a really, really strict religion where you're allowed to do basically nothing, and it was tough. My parents are also super protective. They're the best two humans in the entire world, but they are very protective. I'm an only, so I'm their whole world, and I still am. So between that and being confined in a religion, I really wasn't allowed to do very much. It didn't always make for the easiest childhood, but it made me who I am today. As a child, I was a really, really good kid, which definitely changed later on. I went through some childhood trauma when I was 5, and I remembered it 30 years later, but I carried it with me for all those 30 years, and I didn't even realize it. So that definitely affected me. You know, it wasn't easy. First, it was like sexual trauma when I was younger, multiple times that I blocked out. Then it became an eating disorder. I had to go to treatment. Then it was addiction, 3 treatments. I went through some mental health things, very depressed. There was more sexual assault later on. You know, one, I was in Vegas, something was put in my drink. I'll let you figure out the rest. The second one was my friend. I pressed charges, went to court. It was a trial. As soon as I was on the stand and they asked me if I was in active addiction, I told the truth. So they immediately wrote the case off and just kind of wrote me off as a junkie, which did not help my whole mantra that I had since I was 5 of I'm not good. So I went through all these things, but I masked it with a huge smile, which I still do today. I can be crying in the shower and walk out like nothing happened. So a big thing for me was kind of wearing a mask. I was voted most wild and crazy in high school, but it most certainly was not because I was popular and went to parties. It was because I just had a fun spirit and didn't care what anyone thought. So it's just my way of coping.
My name's Winter Bavoni, and I'm Sara's sister. We met 29 years ago, and she was instantly my best friend. And then after high school, our parents got married, and we became sisters. So we have literally grown up together. So I've been through all of the struggles with her. Like, I'm a therapist, and so we always jokingly say she was my first client because we have a very special, amazing connection. And so I've gone through the darker times with her, and this girl she's so resilient. The way that Sara worked her way out of the trauma and mental health struggles, she did lots of therapy. She did the work. She put in the work to really process it instead of just covering it up. And when someone covers that type of stuff up, everyone around them pays. And she's really taken the time to put the work in to have healthy relationships. One thing that it revealed about her true character is she really tapped into being authentic. And I think she felt that with her clients when she was doing sales, but there's always limitations with whatever company you work for. And so with her company, I know she's gonna do it her way.
Sara was a natural in sales, starting work early and building her foundation with excellence.
So at 13, I had my first job. One thing my parents instilled in me was work hard and you're worth what you know. And I did work hard. I loved it. It's kind of how it goes today. Like, I throw myself into my work. And my life might have been a mess in so many ways, but I've always excelled with work. After Ace Hardware, I did an internship at the San Jose Business Journal as a receptionist. Then the next summer, I was the events coordinator, but I quickly realized that I wanted to do sales. So I was determined to to be a news reporter. I wanted to do sports. I was all about it. I remember Gary Radnish was a sportscaster. He was on a TV show, and I called in and he talked to me, and I started interviewing him and asking questions. And he was like, "Oh, Sarah, are you trying to take my job?" Like, I was all about it. And then I started in property management when I was 20. I realized quickly it was my calling. I mean, if you're doing really great as a leasing agent, you lease probably like 2 apartments a week. My very first day, I leased 5. So it just really reiterated that sales was my jam and that I could do it. So property management definitely gave me the skills of professionalism. I did that for 12 years, and then I was recruited by a tech company that does a solution for property management companies. And I was like, tech? No, I don't know about that. But they kept calling. I got it. I worked there. I loved it. And I've stayed in tech for the last 10 years. My last position was an AI solution, and it just blew my mind. So I knew that when I left, I needed to do an AI solution, but better than anybody else. And I mean that.
Sara is one of my closest friends. We've been friends for, coming up on 10 years now. Sara walks into a room with light. She brings light with her, and she makes a sincere effort to meet people and understand them. I can sometimes be a little bit more shy on initial meeting of people, and Sara just put a lot of effort actually into making a connection with me. And once I got to know her, I just fell in love with her spirit and her energy. The challenges and trauma that Sara endured in her earlier years growing up. Her particular experience led to some challenging years as a young adult. It took her many years to heal from that and to find her path and to really step away from what was the past and go into herself and find her heart and her light and what drives her. And it's been such a pleasure to watch her up to now, where she is running Voxy Agent AI.
Sara founded Voxy Agent by building a superior solution designed to outperform every competitor in the market.
Voxy Agent AI is the best artificial intelligence and intelligent voice that you could get. And I thoroughly mean that. Voxy Agent comes from Voxy. It's a play on the word voice. I wanted 2 X's to kind of make it futuristic, and it's an agent. It also kind of sounds like Foxy Agents, which I'm a fan of. So yeah, that's where it came from. The way it all started was after I left my last job, I was approached by a girl who wanted to be a co-founder and go into this with me because she knew that I loved sales, was good at it, was fascinated with artificial intelligence. But as soon as I learned that you have to put money into a business and you can't work 2 other jobs, so it just wasn't gonna work. So making that decision to be the founder on my own absolutely ended up being the best thing ever, because I want full control of the solution. I have my vision and I know what I want. And that's exactly what I'm gonna go for, and I don't want anybody to hold me back. I wanna be able to do things that humans can do, but better. So that's gonna mean more consistency, more accuracy, more positivity, open 24 hours, never sleep, so you're never gonna miss a call. One thing that was really exciting for me is a test pilot that we did. The calls being answered increased by 60%, and 30% equaled higher revenue generating transactions for them because they weren't missing those calls. And that's thanks to Voxy Agent AI. I mean, you're gonna miss calls if you don't have that. It's also pretty incredible because for so long I didn't feel like a human. I felt like an outcast, like I was really different than everyone else. I was really stuck in my head. And there was also a lot of humans that weren't the best. So now that I'm kind of making humans, it's a little ironic, but it's also really exciting.
Sara's one of my favorite friends. She always lifts me up when I need it, and she's one of the best people I know. When I first met Sara, she was struggling with addiction, yet she was still the person that entered a room and lit it up and had everybody laughing. Sara's the sort of person who'll get laid off from a boring job in tech, go do it herself, do it 10 times better, and become a millionaire. For most people, it takes a long time, at least in our late 30s, sometimes early 40s, maybe not until our 50s or 60s, to realize that all humans have a superpower.
Sara reveals the importance of confidence and powerful self-care to achieve business success inspiring other women to push all their own boundaries.
Things are great today. I literally met the love of my life, Jeff. I'm so fortunate to be with him and to love him. I have the best friends that have done nothing but stand by my side for either my whole life or, 20 plus years. Definitely learn who your real friends are and who your real friends aren't. The ones that are there for you, that, don't judge you, that call you all the time, those are your real friends.
Sarah's the love of my life. What stands out to me about Sara is her loyalty and the fact that she loves unconditionally. And so that loyalty is transmitted through all of her friends and family, and everyone can see it. So it strikes me every time I look at her. Sara will be there for you. If you need her, she's there for you. She will drop anything she's doing and make you her priority if you're someone that's important to her in her life. Sara's superpower would be that she can just light up a room whenever she walks into it. If it's a room full of her friends, they all light up. If it's a room full of my friends, they all light up. If it's a room full of strangers, they all light up. So she just has that uncanny ability.
Something that is always in my head is what my dad says. He says, act, don't react. Because I have a tendency to act. I'm a very passionate person, so I'll just kind of get ahead of myself. So I have to reel it back in, think like an entrepreneur, and be strategic and patient. So for women out there that are struggling with either trauma or an eating disorder, just don't give up and try to do all the things so you believe that you are a badass. I mean, like I said, when you don't believe it, it's really hard to even start doing the work, but just do it. Be bold enough and brave enough to do it. And I promise, if you really do it, you're quickly going to learn that you're a bad bitch. If you're a woman in a male-dominated field, get it. Just get it. The first thing I would say is to be fearless and to know that you can do whatever you want. Nothing is too much of a goal or too much for you. You can do anything you want, but the only way you're going to do that is if you're fearless, you take a chance, but you believe in yourself. The second thing that I would say, if you want to be, a woman in power, is to have grit. You need to have patience, which is something I'm continually working on. But grit, you need to do the nitty gritty. You need to work hard. You need to be in the trenches. You need to go through a lot of shit to get where you want to get. It's not easy, but you need to have that tenacity to keep going and to not stop.
Sara sees her ultimate goal of conquering the future of technology with focused ambition on achieving outcomes that are beyond limits.
So my book is going to be badass. I got a crazy story, which has only made me that much better. Super pumped about the AI now, very excited. So I just have a lot to write about. My book's called The More Effed Up, The Better. The worse it got, the better it's made me. So this is the actual book cover. I'm about halfway done and got a little bit more to go, but I know this is going to be the cover. It's going to be great. It's always a little scary to put yourself out there like that, but I'm really not shy, and I am who I am, and it is what it is, and it's only made me better and made me that much more passionate about what I do. I am so passionate about Voxy Agent AI. I know that this business is going to take off because I have the creativity and the drive, and I have the best team behind me, and I can't wait to see what we do. I measure the impact of Voxy Agent AI by feedback that I get from people. I've done a couple test pilots and it's been nothing but positivity. Oh, we love working with you. We love your customer service. Oh, we're not missing calls anymore. You've increased our revenue by this much. I mean, those things keep me going and make me want to just do better. But also I want to see my name out there. I want to see my brand out there. I want to be well known in the industry, and I want to be better than everyone in the industry. Being a woman in power is really important to me because I didn't feel powerful for way too long. And so now that I've gotten a taste of it, it's my new high. I love it. It's my new drug. I love the way I feel working really hard. I've always worked really hard, but for years now, just really crushing life, being successful, working through all my things. I mean, I did the work to be where I am today. And I don't just mean work at a job. I mean therapy, EMDR, painful shit. I've done the work, and that has made me powerful because I loved myself enough to do that work and to come out of it and to come out on top. My name is Sara Rathsack, Voxy Agent AI founder, and the reason I'm a woman in power is because I'm fearless and I'm not afraid to go for what I want, and because I'm constantly working on patience to get there. I have my own personality, and some people might not like it, but I like it now.